Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Hayley Osborne Show. This is episode 131, and I wanted to talk to you today about the key to showing up more consistently on your social media. So, we are in October, and if this year has just passed you by so fast, because what comes after October is November. And when it hits November, we're all in a bit of like, oh my God, shit, it's nearly Christmas mode. And so I want you to think back on how you have shown up on your social media this year and if you've been consistent or not. And if you haven't, or if you wish that you have been more consistent over time rather than consistent and then not, and then consistent and then not, I've got a few tips that I wanted to share with you so that you can ramp it up in the next month or two or three. So you have a smooth run for the rest of the year because your social media, whether you have a love or hate relationship with it, it does house some of the biggest audiences for you to be able to target and reach, and it is free. Okay, so unless you're paying for advertising, this medium is free, and we all should do better as business owners to show up more consistently. Don't forget, 25 years ago, like our parents and grandparents that ran businesses did not have this luxury. Instagram has only been around since 2009, whether you like it or not. And then Facebook brand pages, I think, came about like just the year before. The internet's only been around like 25 years. And so if you're not showing up consistently on social media, listen to this episode because it will really help you. Another thing that might help you to show up consistently is I have a free download. It is essential in your marketing strategy and social media strategy. And it is the 3 essential posts your business needs with templates and swipe copy. So will form a really great foundation for your social media strategy. It's available on my website at the very top. You can go and download it. I'll actually put the link in the show notes as well, but that'll be a really good tool for you to use as a foundation for your social media strategy. So it's kind of like an extension of this podcast episode. But what are some of the key things that you need to be able to show up more consistently on your social media? So, firstly, I want to talk about why consistency matters. And it matters because it helps to build trust and it helps to really build brand recognition, right? So, you've got a bunch of competition, we all do, but we're all also fighting for a spot in everyone's feed. So, your ideal client isn't scrolling social media every single minute of the day. So, when they do eventually get on and they do see something from you, you want to make it worth their while. And it might not be every day, but every day that your ideal client jumps on and looks at their socials. However, when they do, because you have been consistent, you will continue to build that trust and brand recognition with your ideal clients over and above someone that has not. Okay, so that's why it matters because you need to continue to build that know, like, and trust relationship with people that are essentially looking to buy from you. If you all of a sudden disappear, then you've got to kind of start from scratch. So I do know that in Facebook, if you have a post that does really, really well, and then you ghost for a couple of weeks, all of the people that responded to your original really well doing post fall off your train. Okay. So Facebook give you a window of 2 weeks to be able to maintain the train being full. All right. Otherwise, you have to start from scratch. And it's kind of like that in other social media platforms as well. So consistency matters in more ways than you think, over and above the brand recognition and the trust building. So the know, like, trust is really important. And you can only build that through consistency. And, if you look at other people's businesses and think, wow, they're doing really well. What has, gone wrong on my part? And it could be just showing up consistently. Okay. It's not one thing that is going to see you win the race and build your business and do all the things. It's all of the things. So you have to do all the things. And that means being consistent as much as you possibly can across all of your marketing mediums. Okay. And, the role of social media and how it works in the back end is to help build that relevance and trust. And so the more people that are viewing your content and liking it, the more relevance and trust that the social media platforms are going to push out your post and your business to other people to view, because they see it as relevant content. And that means more relevance and trust. And that means a higher relevance score, which deems your content valuable. Right. So I know if I've confused you, I'm really sorry. Message me and I can take you through it in layman's terms, but that I'm trying to do as best as I can. And that's essentially what it is. Right. And so over time, if you're not consistent, your business growth slows, your engagement slows, and you don't want that, right? You want to maintain consistency. So another thing that I want to talk about as a key to showing up more consistently on your social media is that it doesn't mean that you need to be online 24/7. All right. It means that you need to have a plan and a strategy on how you are going to show up. Okay. So it doesn't mean the idea of being online all the time is not true. It requires quality over quantity every single time. And, it means that you are posting with intention, okay, rather than not just posting for the sake of it. So, how to make the most of your time with smart strategic posting comes down to the strategy that you have. And so if you don't have a strategy at the moment, it might be time for you to look at a social media strategy. So that is something that I do within my business. And it is, I absolutely love creating social media strategies for business owners. What is a social media? It pretty much is the space for you. It's like your Bible. So it's the clarity that you need within your business to grow on social media with a clear path and next steps. So I look at your business and then I put it into a tailor-made PDF that is just for your business, like a little Bible for you to refer back to. So if you can't seem to nail your storytelling, if you are feeling lost in the crowd and therefore panic posting, if you are feeling overwhelmed with fear of making a mistake, if you have a lack of clarity and direction on what to do, if you have little or no engagement on your post and you're really all over the place with your content, I totally get it. I understand. But that kind of tells me that a social media strategy might be the thing that will help you to not wing it on your social media. So that's why I've put together this really easy to implement strategy for your business. Social media does require a different approach to your other marketing channels in order for you to be successful. And if you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, then that's not going to work. And it involves a different approach to your website as well. So, same, but different, because they are different platforms. But if you want to go down the path of that, you can expect to have a master plan to refer back to and as a reference guide specifically for you, but more importantly, the confidence to show up. Right? Because that's one thing that I find stops a lot of people that I work with, a lot of business owners I work with, is that they don't have the confidence to show up because they don't have a strategy on how to do that. And another thing that I found is that you don't become confident when you wait, okay, until you're ready. Confidence comes from showing up. All right. So it's kind of, yes, I know you have to just keep doing it to get more confident, but what it also means is you can expect to have increased engagement and visibility on your accounts because you do have a plan to refer back to. And that then means more people are visiting your profile, more people are following you, you have more shares, comments, and likes. And in turn, that converts into business growth and sales. So if you haven't thought about a social media strategy, now might be the time for you to get that done so that you can have a nice, clear runway for the rest of this year and a beautiful one for next year. And so I think a plan is really important. I think that another thing, which is definitely one of the key things I want to talk about today to showing up more consistently on your social media, is done is better than perfect. I say this a lot. Okay. But we need to overcome perfectionism because done is better than perfect. How you start is never how you finish. So get it done. And then you're going to know how to fix it, change it, shift it the next time that you do it. Okay. So done is definitely better than perfect. And, I think you need to we need to shift our mindset from likes and follows to more meaningful interactions in and around conversations and comments. So, likes and follows mean nothing. Okay. And I've said this before. If you had, if you have 100 people that follow you on Instagram, okay, that means that you will not fit into a small cinema. All right. You'll have to hire a bigger space. And if in real life, and if all of those 100 people were your ideal clients or are your ideal clients, if each of them either purchased a product that you sell or wanted to purchase a service you provide, can you actually feel that? Chances are you're probably not. If 100 people, not going to be able to. If 100 people came to me tomorrow and said, we want to work with you one-on-one, I would have to create some kind of something else, right? Which is obviously superhero marketing, which is my signature membership, can cater for that. But one-on-one is not possible. So don't think like some followers, think meaningful interactions and conversations. Okay. And another thing I think you need to shift your mindset is experiment and embrace the experimentation and be okay if you look a bit silly or if you're not sure how it works, because I guarantee you there is a person out there that is your ideal client that wants to buy from you, that is just waiting to make that choice or actually get to know you a bit better. So, people buy from people, don't forget. Another thing is, one of the key things is to stay accountable to yourself and track your progress. So look at your analytics, set realistic goals, and things that are achievable for you within social media. Might be time to either invest in a coach or even get yourself an accountability partner to be able to spar off each other and just stay on track. And then I think another thing that's important is to be around like-minded individuals, okay? Because those kind of people help to uplift you and lift you up. That means the same thing, isn't it? Yes, it is. But a rising tide lifts all boats, as they say. And so, put yourself in groups and communities of like-minded individuals that are doing the same thing as you that will help to lift you. Okay. So that might be something like superhero marketing, which is my membership for small business owners to be able to help you to create marketing activities and strategies with the least amount of time and effort that will give you the biggest growth. So that means using all of my tips and tools and templates and swipe copy and guides and everything that I have. There are so many masterclasses and like various workbooks for you to tap into that will help you and save you so much time. Okay. Because time is money. All right. Anyway, so they're the few things I wanted to talk about as the key for you to be able to show up more consistently on your social media, especially as we have a runway into the rest of this year, and to give you a really beautiful springboard onto 2025. Anyway, that is all for today from me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I have to go, and I will see you next week.